Hi, welcome to Ikate's Crossing. Okay, I've just watched Garden Goddess Tarot, and absolutely a really good video, very informative. Now, she did talk about, she was talking about her top 5 tarot decks, her official ranking. Now, that's her personal opinion, of course, which I loved. And I loved seeing the different decks. Some I don't have myself in my collection, but she did talk about 3 very, I think, must-haves in any collection of tarot if you wish to explore the different systems. Now, you don't have to. These are ideas and suggestions. What I love, now, I've been reading tarot for a very long time, over 25 years. So, for me, I think in any sort of collection, if you're wanting to learn and discover and want to sort of enhance your tarot readings in some way, this is one way that you could do it. Now, basically, you've got a Tarot de Marseille. Now, this is a low Scarabeo one. There's lots of different Tarot de Marseille style decks. So definitely... this is a great sort of must-have sort of in your collection if that's the way you choose to go. Choose a Tarot de Marseille, any sort of style. Definitely feel if you want to work with pips and suits, if you want to work in a in that sort of way, definitely one that you could expand your knowledge. Now, this is your traditional sort of first type of tarot deck sort of coming into play. Now, there's lots of varieties of them. There's a lot of versions. So really, you know, there's lots of different ones that you can check out in the Tarot de Marseille type of decks. Okay, so you could go that way. Next, we have 1909, sort of 1908, 1909, 1910, of course, is your Rider-Waite Smith. And again, lots of versions, a lot of varieties, lots of different sizes. Oh, of course, lots of different sizes in Tarot de Marseille. They do have a mini, and of course, they also have lots of colorways, of course, with the decks. So lots and lots of decks that are similar, lots of decks that are different. You can see my Rider-Waite Smith video that I had in which I've done. So yeah, so definitely Rider-Waite Smith type decks. Of course, if you want to know a little bit more information, I think Garden Goddess Tarot did an excellent job in explaining a little bit more about each of the decks if you want to go into a little bit more detail. I just don't want to make it a forever video, if you know what I mean, because I really want to get into my top decks. So then we've got Thoth as well. Thoth, however you like to say it. Now, again, you've got different sizes, different colorways. And I've got this size, and I do have a mini in it, which is really good for when I want to go somewhere. Really cool deck. Of course, there's specific books and messages. They do have keywords on the minor arcana. Of course, it's a little bit different with the layout, with the card numbers, titles, that sort of thing as well. So there's a little bit more, there is some differences to it, but the artwork by Lady Frida Harris is really, really cool. So this is a Aleister Crowley and Lady Frida Harris deck. Absolutely love it. Now, this was 1948 created, published in 1968. Really, really cool deck. So those are the 3 basics. Now I want to get into my top 5 that I absolutely love, and I just wanted to share that as being the 3 different sort of systems sort of thing. Okay, so my top deck, of course, is Native American Tarot. Now, I started reading with this imagery, this deck. Of course, it was the original US Games deck. They've changed changed it. I used it at expos, fairs, tarot parties, markets, all sorts of things. Used it for my client readings. It was my my go-to tarot deck, and still love it. Of course, I've replaced the original because the circumstances those that followed my channel will know the story behind it. But yeah, absolutely love this Native American tarot deck. It's definitely my go-to. It's my favorite. It really, again, you've got on the minor arcana, let's find a minor arcana. You do have keywords at the bottom, which I think is a really good sort of starting point. Sort of gives you an idea when you're looking at the ceremonies and things like that. And the guidebook that or the companion book, it does come with a little white book, but the companion book that you can buy separately from it is absolutely excellent. A lot of times you can buy them secondhand on Amazon Marketplace. The companion book is absolutely excellent. Not as a PDF, not a PDF, but as a physical book. Absolutely brilliant to have. It does talk about the stories, the teachings. Absolutely love it. So yeah, this is my number one. Definitely, definitely, definitely. This is the back to the cards, and it does the creator of the deck, Magda Wet Gonzalez, or Spider Woman, absolutely did an excellent job. Okay, so the other thing I want to talk about is, okay, decks by Radley Valentine. Now, I know they were also included with someone else, but we've just made them Radley Valentine. His decks are absolutely excellent if you're beginning working with tarot, and you they've got mainly angels. They do have fairies and animals as well. They are a little bit different. They're not traditional in their titles or anything like that, but they do have keywords or sentences and things like that on the cards, and they do make them pretty easy to sort of work with straight away. This, of course, is the Angel Tarot. Like I said, there's a Fairy Tarot. There is a lot more Angel Tarots, but there's also an Animal Guide Tarot as well. Now, he also does do Oracle cards as well, but we're talking about tarot right now. I think they're absolutely excellent. So, any tarot deck by Radley Valentine, I think, is absolutely excellent if you want to begin working with tarot, but with keywords, sentences, and you sort of thing. I think they are a great sort of deck. Now, my next thing is Ciro Marchetti. Ciro Marchetti, I think he has an excellent range of tarot decks that if you like that fantasy, I love them. I love the Gilded Tarot Royale. I do have the Tarot Decorative as well. This is the borderless version. There was an original version that was also in the Easy Tarot kit. I don't know if it still is, but definitely an excellent, if you like that sort of fantasy. I love his artworks. I think they sort of follow a Rider-Waite-Smith sort of connection. Even though the image is slightly different, I think it does sort of follow the Rider-Waite-Smith imagery. But he does do a variety of decks, which are really cool. Now, a lot of them he does independently printed through his website, but you can also buy a few of them mass market, of course. So definitely make sure. Now, his decks are always beautifully boxed. Beautiful big guidebooks are always with, normally with his decks. So do make sure you are checking when you're doing mass market that it is with the publishers, Llewellyn. Of course, make sure. Got the barcode. Excellent, excellent. So remember, Radley Valentine's decks are normally 2-piece boxes. Hay House, so that's another one. So you've got Hay House, Llewellyn. Okay, so that's sort of thing. Now, the other things I want to look at is if you're into, now some people do like pip decks, some people don't. What I love about Jane Wallace's decks, and I'm slowly collecting them all, is they do have different themes. This is Angel Tarot. Of course, you can, there's Magical Nordic, there's Crystal Power. So you've got crystals, you've got angels, you've got your Nordic one, you've got your moon and stars, the lunar cycle one, of the manifestation one coming out, which I'm waiting for. So absolutely awesome decks. The Oceanic one is the other one there. So again, you've got the major arcanas, which are beautiful, but of course then you've got your pips as well. But with these, again, you've got keywords at the bottom, or depending on the deck, some of them are affirmations or sentences, and I think they're absolutely excellent. If you want to read straight out of the box using the keyword, it's a great jump start to learning the cards. It's one way you could do it. Again, to learning tarot. I think they're absolutely excellent. I love them. I absolutely love them. Definitely think they are great decks. I love the colours. I absolutely adore. Okay, now I know not everyone loves insight decks, but I absolutely love them for fun, for seasonal, for now I'm very selective in which ones I've got. I haven't got the whole collection, but I really think the insight decks, now I know some of them are pips, some of them are illustrated, some of them are a mix of illustrated and well, not fully illustrated. It's not like the Rider-Waite-Smith or anything like that. It's mainly about the characters. So if you've watched the movies or the TV series, or you're into the gaming side of it, the inside decks are actually quite cool. Some are good, some are great, some are not so great. I think this is just a personal preference, whether you like the TV series or not, you know, whether you're a big fan or not, whether you want to dive into the characters a little bit more. There is a lot you can get from it if you know the characters, if you know the storyline. I think they're absolutely excellent decks to work with if that's something that interests you. So I think they're absolutely brilliant. So that's sort of my top 5. Now, is way I'd look at it, is what I'm, instead of doing just like the top 5, I've sort of included in a bit of a thought. So if you're looking at insight decks, which are really cool, if you like the pip, it's about choosing the theme that suits you. Of course, I'm a Supernatural fan, absolutely, and I'm rewatching it again, rewatching the whole series again. So that's why I love that. Again, Radley Valentine's, I do love his decks, even though I only have the Angel Tarot. I do want the, I mean, the other decks are all still on my wish list. I just haven't got around to getting them because I was thinking, well, I just need one theme. So that's what that. Of course, I love Chiro's decks, and I certainly love a few more of his decks. I do only have the Gilded Tarot and the Tarot Decorative, and I think they're both excellent decks. Both sort of carry different, like Tarot Decorative has got Tarot de Marseille plus the Rider-Waite-Smith type imagery sort of together, so it is sort of quite a cool different deck. Again, all of Jane Wallace's decks are absolutely excellent, absolutely brilliant. I think it's just depending on what theme again interests you, but I think they are sort of if you've got one of Jane's decks in your collection, I think you've got an excellent deck. You've got a deck that's allowing you to sort of start working with your intuition, using a keyword to sort of start off with and seeing what expands from there. I think they're absolutely excellent. Now, so really, that's my sort of top 5. if you like, my Native American, the first deck that I sort of started with, and then sort of choosing one of the themes from these creators or publisher in some way, I think is an excellent way to look at decks. So I could go into a little bit more. I mean, there are some fantastic decks out there, but I just sort of wanted to do a quick 5 that I thought was absolutely excellent without going into a huge, long video. Okay, so that's it from me. Don't forget to check the links down below. Check the links on my channel. Like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you know when the next video will be uploaded.